Hello friends, welcome to this video series on time, speed and distance. So in today's session we look into the concepts on races on linear tracks. So actually the whole of the questions or the problems pertaining to races we have divided into three broader category. One is the races on linear tracks, then the to and fro motion on a linear track, and then another third one that is a to and fro motion on the circular track. So today we'll deal with the first of these three. So that is the races on linear tracks. That is a singular one-way races. So to start with, we'll just understand a few basic terms of the races, which frequently appears in many of the questions in various examinations. So here in the first statement reads that A gives a start of 10 meter to B. Suppose it's given that a person A gives a start of 10 meter to person B. So what does this mean? So this basically means that A and B are in a race. A and B have got into a race. So when B has started the race earlier, right? B has started the race earlier, and B has reached a point which is 10-meter beyond, and then A starts, and at this time A starts, and then the race goes on. So that is when the question says A gives a start of 10 meter to B, it means that when B has already run for 10 meters, then A starts running. Similarly, in the second part, A beats B by 10 meter. So it means that when A finishes the race, at that time B was 10 meters behind. B was 10 meter behind. So when A finishes the race, B was 10 meter behind. Similarly, the third statement which goes like A gives a start of 10 second to B. So it means that when A and B are in a race, when B has already run for 10 seconds, so after 10 seconds when the B started running, then A starts. So say suppose at t is equal to 0, B starts, then at t is equal to 10, A starts the race. That is what it means. When it says that A gives a start of 10 second to B, it means that A starts after 10 second of B starting the race. Similarly, A beats B by 10 seconds. So it means that when A finishes the race, A finishes the race, that is at say time t is equal to t, when that will be t, when A finishes the race, then at that time B was some distance behind. B was some distance behind. So that what is that distance? So that in time equivalent, we can say that time when B finishes the race is nothing but t plus another 10 second, right? So A beats B by 10 second means B takes additional 10 second to finish the race. That is B takes another 10 second to finish the race. So this is what broadly this means. So when we solve the questions, we get across all of these terms, and then probably the concepts will be even clearer at that point of time. So let's see question number one, which says that in a race of 100 meter, Shyam gives Sudama a head start of 10 meter. So what does this mean? It means that Shyam gives Sudama a head start of 10 meter. So that is, say suppose this is the race track, this is point A, this is point B, AB is the race court, and then there's some point in between which is C. So when the question says, and this AC length is 100 meters, right? 100 meter. Now Shyam gives Sudama a head start of 10 meters. So we just saw that when it say that head start of 10 meters, so that means when Sudama is at C, so suppose at time t is equal to t1, what is the position of the two racers? Sudama is at point C and Shyam is at point A. Then Shyam starts. So this is the position of two guys. Now, despite this, Shyam wins the race by 25 meters. So now this is at the start of the year. Now, finally, when the race ends, at that time, This is the B position, this is the A point. So when Shyam reaches here, at that time Sudama was somewhere at point this D, and the distance between these two is given as nothing but 25 meter. So basically now see, and this is at time t is equal to say t2. When finishes, when the race finishes, when Shyam finishes the race, when Shyam reaches point B, at that time Sudama is at point D, which is 25 meter away. I mean 25 meter before. So now see, both this is a picture. This is a picture of the events or the positions of the racers at time t is equal to t1, and this is the picture at time t is equal to t2. Now, in between these two times, what happens? In between these two times, what basically happens? Sudama covers a distance C to D, right? So between T1 to T2, so I'm just describing it very minutely so that the understanding becomes clear. So Sudama covers a distance what? C to D. CD is the distance covered by Sudama. And in the same time, Shyam covers the distance A to B, right? AB. So time is same. Time duration is what? T1, T2. T2 minus T1 is the time duration. In that same time duration, whereas Shyam covers a distance AB, Sudama covers a distance CD, right? Now what is CD? This is 10 meter. This is 25 meter. So this becomes what? 100 minus 10 minus 25, which is 65 meter. And AB is 100 meters. So this is 65 meters. This is 100 meters, right? So what is the ratio of speed of Shyam and Sudama? So what is it? Ratio when time is constant, this we have done. When time is constant or time is same, the ratio of speed of Sudama is upon the speed of Shyam is the equal to ratio of distance, and that is what? CD upon AB, and that is nothing but 65 upon 100, which is 13 is to 20. So 13 is to 20. I mean, the question is Shyam is to Sudama. So Shyam is to Sudama, ratio of speed is 20 is to 13. This is the answer. So basically, question was extremely easy, just to convey the point that at different time, two different time stamps, what were the position of different racers, and in the same time duration, this ratio of speed will be same as the ratio of the distance covered by the two. Now we move a bit faster with this basic in background. So now question 2 says in a 400 meter race, Kunal beats Prem by 50 meter or 15 second. So let us see what happens. It is said that I solved this by two methods. Let's first be method 1. In a 400-meter race, so this is a race track. Kunal beats Prem by 50 meter. So that is at the end of the race when Kunal reaches point B, Prem is somewhere here, which is, let this point be C, which is nothing but 50 meter before. Also, when Kunal finishes the race, Prem is here, and what this distance, this is a distance D, which Prem will take 15 seconds to cover. That is what it means. In a 400-meter race, Kunal beats Prem by 50 meter or 15 second. So 15 second means 15 second taken by Prem, right? So this is the uh, one thing. So now let us assume that the speed of Prem Prem is equal to V. I mean, this is the basic approach using equations we will solve, and then there's another approach through which we will solve this even faster. So what is this distance d? Then d we can write d is nothing but 15-second. Kunal beats Prem by 15 seconds. It means that when Kunal finishes the race, Prem is here at this point C. It means that Prem will take 15 seconds to cover this distance d. So d will be nothing but 15 into v, right? Speed into time. This is in meter per second. Now this distance d we know, right? And this distance d is nothing but 50 meter from the first case, and this is equal to 50. So from here we can say v is equal to 50 by 15 meter per second. That is the speed of frame is vp is 50 by 15 meter per second. So when speed we know, total distance is 400 meters. Total distance is 400 meters. So time taken by frame will be what? 400 upon 50 into 15, right? So this becomes 58 times 120 second. So time taken by Prem is 120 second. Question is find the time taken by Kunal to finish the race. Kunal has taken 15 second race. Question says Kunal beats Prem by 15 second. It means Kunal has taken 15 second race. So it will be 120 minus 15, which is 105 second. So these two are the answer to this question. This is method 1. Now uh, let us look at method 2. So method 2 is from the first statement, Kunal beats Prem by 50 meter. It means that ratio of speed of Kunal upon ratio of speed of Prem will be what? In the same time, when Kunal covers 400 meter, Prem covers 350 meter, right? That is what it means. Kunal beats Prem by 50 meter. It means that when Kunal covers 400 meter, Prem covers 350 meter. So when the time is constant, the same time, so it means that the ratio of distance will be same as ratio of speed. So this will be nothing but 400 upon 350, right? Which is 8 by 7. Which is 8 by 7. So now see 8 by 7. Now when the distance covered by the this was when time is constant. Now when distance covered by both is same, that is 400 meter. So in that case, when the distance is same, so ratio of time taken by Kunal to time taken by Prem will be what? Inversely proportional to the ratio of speed. So it will be Vp upon Vk, speed of Prem upon speed of Kunal, and that is nothing but 7 by 8. So it means that if Prem takes 8 seconds, then Kunal takes 7 seconds to finish the race. So there's difference of 1 second, 1 second difference. So when Prem takes 8 seconds, so the difference is 1 second, but the actual difference is 15 seconds, that is given. So when the actual difference is 15 seconds, so TP will be 15 into 8 and TK will be 15 into 7, right? When the actual difference when the difference is 1 second, the respective time taken by Kunal and Prem is 7 and 8 seconds. So when the actual difference is 15 seconds, it will be 15 into 7 and 15 into 8. So this is 120 second. This is 105 second. Various problems we have seen on this nature, actually in time, speed, and distance. So uh, in the earlier sessions. So I mean, those of you who do not get this or find it difficult may refer to those sessions. We have solved plenty of problems around this concept. So this is much easier and very convenient to use rather than using a equation. Here also we get the same answer. Now we'll move to question number 3. So question number 3 says that in a 100-meter race, Vishan runs at a speed of 18 km per hour. If Vishan gives a start of 10 meter to Kunal and still beats him by 5 seconds, find the speed of Kunal. So let us see what the question says. Question says in a race of 100-meter, so let this be the race track. So here this is AB is a race track of 100-meter. Vishan runs at 18 kilometer per hour, which we can write as 5 by 18, which is 5 meter per second, right? We'll convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. Now, if Vishan gives a start of 10 meter to Kunal, so it means that at time t is equal to 0, when Kunal is somewhere here, then Vishal starts the race, right? So this is 10 meter, point A, point B, and at this point we see, and still beats him. Now, at say time t is equal to t1, when the race finishes, I mean one of them finish the race. So by the time here Vishal reaches point B, Kunal is still here only. That is 5 seconds away. 5 seconds away. 5 seconds away. This is T. So in this duration, what is the distance covered by them? What is the distance covered by in same time duration? Distance covered by Kunal would be this distance Kunal has covered in, whereas Vishal has covered this much distance in the same time, right? So now this is the interpretation of the problem. Now see, here it says that Vishal runs at a speed of 18 km per hour, which is 5 meter per second. If Vishal gives a head start of 10 meter and still beats him by 5 seconds, find the speed of Kunal, right? So now see, what is the time taken by Vishal? Time taken by Vishal to finish the race is distance is 100 meters upon speed is 5 meter per second, so which is 20 second. So time taken by Vishal is 20 second. So time taken by Kunal will be what? Kunal takes 5 second more, right? Kunal takes 5 second more. So it will be what? 20 plus 5, which is 25 second. But in 25 second, Kunal covers how much distance? Now see, at t is equal to 0, both were at A and C. At t is equal to t1, V finishes the race. That is t1 is nothing but 20 second. Now at t is equal to t1 plus 5, what happens? Kunal also finishes the race. So Kunal reaches here. So basically what happens, from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to t1 plus 5, Kunal covers a distance from C to B. From C to B, C to B is a distance which is nothing but 100 minus 10, which is 90 meter. 90 meter. So basically in 25 seconds, Kunal cover 90 meter. In 25 seconds, Kunal covers 90 meter. So therefore speed would be nothing but 90 upon 25. So this becomes 3.6 meter per second. This is the answer. So question is pretty easy. Just interpretation was required. That when Vishal finishes the race, at that time Kunal was 5 seconds away. So it means that Kunal would have taken 5 seconds more to reach the point B from, and they started the race at time t is equal to 0, when Kunal was at point C and Vishal was at point A. So basically from time t is equal to 0 to time t is equal to t1 plus 5, Kunal covers a distance from C to B, which is 90 meter. So in 25 seconds, 90 meters. So speed is nothing but 90 upon 25, which is 3.6 meter per second. So this is the answer. Now we'll move to question 4. It says that following table outlines the outcome of different races undertaken by Anjani, Chanda, and Vicky in pairs. Find the outcome of the race between Chanda and Anjani. Right. So a tabular form of data representation has been given here. It says that Anjani and Vicky, when participated in a race of 15 meter, 1500 meter long race. Result is that Anjani beats Vicky by 300 meter, right? So what does this mean? Race 1 is a 1500-meter race. 1500-meter race. So when Anjani reaches the dead point, at that time Vicky was 300-meter behind. 300-meter behind. So from here, then we can say that speed of Anjani to speed of Vicky is what? 1500 upon 1200, right? This distance then become 1200. So this is like 5 is to 4 ratio of Anjani to Vicky. Then the second case, Vicky and Chanda, it is 1000-meter race and Chanda beats by 100-meter. So this is a 1000-meter race, and when Chanda reaches the dead end, at that time Vicky was somewhere behind, and this is 100-meter behind. So this distance becomes 900 meters, right? So therefore here we can deduce that speed of Chanda to speed of Vicky is 10 is to 9, right? And then finally the third case, then we'll have to find out. Now see, uh, to make this here, see, speed of Vicky here is 4 unit, then speed of Anjani is 5 unit, and here speed of Vicky is 9 unit, then speed of Chanda is 10 unit. So we'll make the denominator same. How come? Here the common link is speed of Vicky. So here we will multiply 9 both side, denominator numerator, it becomes 45 upon 36, and here also we will multiply 9 by 4 and denominator numerator also by 4, it becomes 40 upon 36. So now the ratio of speed of Anjani to Chanda to Vicky becomes 45 is to 36 is to, sorry, 40 is to 36. This is the ratio of speed of the three runners. Now question is, when Chanda and Anjani gets into a 810-meter race, so it means that the third race is 810 meter. So what happens? Now see, so in that case we should first find out the ratio of speed of sorry Anjani and Chanda, SA upon SC, and that is nothing but 45 upon 40, which is 9 by 5, sorry 9 by 8. So it means that when Anjani covers 9 meters, Chanda covers 8 meters, right? So what would happen? Let us, so when Anjani, that is when let us take for the case of Anjani. So when Anjani covers 9 meters, Chanda covers 8 meters. So Anjani, when Anjani covers 810 meters, the full race, at that time let us see where Chanda is. So she would be at 8 by 9 into 810, which is 720 meters. So now see here, the question is now quite clear. When Anjani has covered 810 meters, that is at the end of the race, when she is at the end of the race, at that time Chanda is at 720 meters. So how much behind is she? So she is 810 minus 720, which is 90 meters behind. So who wins the race? Anjani. By how much? Anjani beats Chanda by 90 meters. This is the answer to this question. Just the interpretation of the language we are looking at, nothing else. I mean, the concept is pretty clear and pretty easy as well. Now question number 5 is another, I mean, just the interpretation of the language, a bit slightly moderately difficult than the previous ones. Here John and Matthew run a 500-meter race. If John gives Matthew 50-meter start, John wins by 10 seconds. But if John gives Matthew 5-second start, John wins by 75 meter. Find the time that each takes to finish the race. So let us see what happens. So case 1 says that John and Matthew runs a 500-meter race. If John gives Matthew a 50-meter start, so that is when total is 500 meter. When 50-meter start is given, 50-meter start, so that means Matthew starts from here and John starts from here. Now when John finishes the race, at that time Matthew was somewhere behind, right? Some distance behind. What distance behind, that we do not know. But this is, it's given 10 second, 10 second by Matthew. I mean, John wins by 10 second. It means Matthew takes 10 more second to reach the end point. So let the speed of Matthew be, Matthew be v. So basically this is nothing but 10v distance then, right? Because this distance is nothing but distance covered by Matthew in 10 seconds, which is 10v. So now see, this is 50 meters, this is 10v. So what does this mean? This is nothing but 500 minus 50 minus 10v, which is 450 minus 10v. 450 minus 10v. This let this be mn, and this is a b. No, this is c, and let this be d. This point be d. So this is the first part now. But if second part says, but if, let us draw the again. John gives Matthew a 5-second start. So it means that, and again the point is A, B. Now here if John gives Matthew a 5-second start, so at this junction, so it means that Matthew is 5 seconds ahead. It means that Matthew has already run for 5 seconds. So this distance is what? 5v. 5v, right? And now, so this is at time t is equal to say 0, where John is here and Matthew is here. Now when John reaches the end point of the race, at that time Matthew was some distance behind, and this distance, let this be p and let this be q. So this is 40 meters, I think 75 meters, 75 meters, 75 meters. So this distance is 75 meter. Overall distance is 500 meter, and this is 5v. So this distance will be what? 500 minus 75, which is 425. 425 minus 5v, right? So now we have found out the different portions. Now from the first case, can we say that what is the ratio of speed of the two runners? That is velocity of, from first case we can say velocity of John to velocity of Matthew. In the same time, Matthew runs from C to D. In the same time, John runs from A to B. So that will be what? That will be John covers more distance, which is 500 meters, right? Upon Matthew covers only distance CD, which is 450 minus 10v. And from second case, again in the same time when Matthew covers a distance PQ, in the same time John covers a distance AB. So again ratio of speed of John to ratio of speed of Matthew will be 500 upon, here it is 425 minus 5v. So now we'll equate the two equations. So it will be 450 minus 10v is equal to 425 minus 5v. So from here we can get 5v is equal to 25. So v is nothing but 5 meter per second. So thereby we have obtained the speed of, and we had assumed the speed of Matthew, that is Vm Matthew. So we have to find the time taken, right, to finish the race. So if Matthew has a speed of 5 meter per second, distance is 500 meters. So time taken by Matthew will be what? Distance upon speed, which is 100 second. right? 100 second. And time taken by, what will be the speed of, and from here, if velocity of Matthew is 5 meter per second, so what will be the velocity of John, that we can get from any of the equation. So here I will find velocity of John will be 500 upon 450 minus 10 v, so which becomes 50. So 400 into this Vm will go this side, and Vm is 5, so this becomes 25 by 4 meter per second. So now this Vj we know, so therefore we can find time taken by John to finish the race. So this is 500 distance upon speed is 25 by 4. So here it becomes 5, 25, 20. So this is 80 second. So this is the answer, 100 second and 80 second. So question was not very difficult. Only thing we had to interpret and uh, classify the problems pictorially very good, and then use the ratio of speed, right? So hence we can solve this question, uh, nothing very difficult. Now this type of problem we already have seen, but just to bring the concepts of the races on linear track, again we have taken this up here. So question says a dog and a cat gets into a race. The dog takes 5 leaps for every 8 leaps of cat, and the dog covers as much distance in 2 leaps as 3 leaps of the cat. Who will win the race? So there is a dog and there is a cat, right? So we will assume that let 1 leap of dog is equal to d meters, right? And 1 leap of cat is c meters, just for clarity. Now it say that dog takes 5 leaps for every 8 leaps. So it means that, let us assume that in 1 second dog takes 5 leaps. So this is nothing but 5 leaps dog, which means 5d in a given time, and cat takes in the same time 8 leaps, which is 8c, right? So this is nothing but sort of in the same time, this is the distance covered by both of them. So this will become the ratio of speed also. So we can say that velocity of dog upon velocity of cat is nothing but 5d upon 8c. Further, it is given that dog covers as much distance in 2 leaps, which is 2d, and this is same as what cat covers in 3 leaps, 3c. So from here we can say that, let us say c is equal to 2d by 3. This we will substitute here. So here it will be vd upon vc is equal to 5d upon 8. For c we will write 2d upon 3. So it becomes 15d upon 16d. So 15 by 16 is the ratio, right? 15 by 16 is the ratio. So now we have obtained the ratio of speeds of dog and cat. So question is, who will win the race? So now since the dog and cat have started the race from the same point, and this cat is faster than dog, so who will win the race? So here we can say that cat will win the race. The race, right? This is the answer. So therefore questions are, like this only. A few more problems of this nature we will see later on. This question says that Karan and Arjun run a 100-meter race where Karan beats Arjun by 10 meter. To do a favor, Karan starts 10 meter behind the starting line in another 100-meter race. They both run at their earlier speeds, find the second. Who question is who wins the race? Who wins the race, second race, and by what margin? So from the first statement, Karan and Arjun runs a 100-meter race where Karan beats Arjun by 10 meter. So directly can we say that speed of Karan to speed of Arjun is nothing but 10 by 9, right? That is when Arjun Karan covers 100-meter distance. By that time, Arjun has covered only 90 meters. So ratio becomes 100 upon 90, which is 10 upon 9. So the ratio of speed of Karan and Arjun we know is 10 upon 9. Now to do a favor Arjun, to favor to Arjun, Karan starts 10 meter behind the starting line. So if this is the starting line and this is the race court A and B, so both was initially supposed to run from this point, that is this point. However, let the race court be P and Q. So what happens actually? Karan starts 10 meter behind. So from here Karan starts and Arjun starts from point P. So now what happens? They both run at their earlier speeds. Who wins the race? And this is 100 meter. So basically Karan has to run 110 meter and Arjun has to cover 100 meters. So let us see. Or other way is if so suppose when Karan is 10 meter, when Karan covers 10 meters, at that time Arjun covers 9 meter from the speed ratio we can say, right? So when Karan covers 110 meter, because Karan has to cover this 10 meter and then further 100 meters. So when Karan covers 110 meter, at that time Arjun would cover what? 9 upon 10 into 110, right, which is 99 meters. So Arjun is again here only. It is started from here and Arjun is just short of Q. This is 99 meters. So by the time Karan has finished 110 meter, that is at the end point, at that time Arjun is a distance 1 meter short, right? 1 meter short. So Arjun is 1 meter short. So who wins the race? Therefore, Karan wins the race. By what margin? By 1 meter. This is the answer to this question. So fairly simple. Now I think this is the last problem for this session. Question is again based on the races between dogs and cats. So a dog and a cat gets into a race. The dog takes 5 leaps for every 8 leaps of the cat. So that means if one leap of dog is D, so 5D is equal to 8C. And the dog covers as much. So basically we can say that velocity of dog upon velocity of cat is nothing but 5D upon 8C, right? This is what we can say, because dog takes 5 leaps for every 8 leaps of the cat. That is in the time in which dog completes 5 leaps of its own, the cat has taken 8 leaps of its own. That is 5D upon 8C in the same time. Therefore that becomes the ratio of their speed. Now further it is given that dog covers as much distance in 3 leaps. That is 3 leaps of dog, which is 3D, and that is same as the 5 leaps of cat, which is 5C. So from here, and so this is one relation. So this we will substitute here. So let us see what happens. So from here we can say C is equal to 3D by 5. So it becomes 5D upon 8 into 3D into 25D upon 24D, which is 25 upon 24. So it means that dog is to cat, the ratio of speed is 25 is to 24. If the cat's head start was 10 dogs deep, so now the question is, if suppose dog is at this point, at the same time cat is here, and this is nothing but this is 10 dogs deep, which is 10D away, right? How many leaps does the dog need to overtake the cat? And both are running in the same direction. So this becomes a problem of relative motion now. Initial distance is 10D and the dog has to cover this distance, right? So let the ratio of dog be what, 25x, and ratio of cat is 24x. So therefore time taken to meet will be what, relative speed will be 10d upon the difference between the speed, because both are running in same direction. So 25x minus 24x which is 10d upon x. So how many leaps does the dog need to overtake the cat? So actually it means that dog has run for t second, t time to catch the cat, and at a speed of 25x. So distance covered by dog is nothing but time 10d by x into velocity which is 25x. This gets cancelled, so it becomes 250d, right? 250d. So therefore dog has to take 250 leaps. 250 leaps, d means one leap of dog, so 250 dog leap to catch the cat. When we need not have done this directly, also we could have told here that if it is 25d, I mean, let us see here, 25d and 24d, the difference is d. So it means that when, what does this mean? When dog covers 25d, cat covers 24d. So difference is 1d. So when the difference is 1d, at that time the dog has covered 25d. When the difference is 10d, the dog would have covered 250d. Directly we could have told that. But just to show you the basics, I have done this. I mean, what I'm saying here is that the ratio of speed is 25d upon 24d, right? This is vd upon vc. So it means the difference is d. So it means that when dog has covered 25d, the cat has covered 24d, and therefore difference between the two is d. But when the actual difference is 10d, it means that by then the dog would have covered 250d and cat would have covered 240d. So therefore, how much, many leaps does the dog take? 250. Directly from here we can say for 10d. So same as what we got here. So question was on a simpler side itself, just the concepts and the pictorial diagram. So whenever the questions on time, speed and distance comes, the first thing we should do, we should draw the statement and analyze the statement. That makes the problem half solved at that stage only. So hope this was clear enough. We'll come up with the rest of the portions on this races in the coming session. So thanks for watching this video. Thanks again.